No.
Trey
Is that how
is
the locals say it? Nevada?
Yeah, that's
Not
that's how it's
Nevada?
pronounced.
Trey
Not
Trey is
Nevada.
like instead of Mr. Worldwide, he's like Mr. America.
Yeah.
He
Americana.
kind of just Mr. Americana.
I'm American wide.
Yeah,
I'm a patriot.
yeah, that's exactly
Yeah,
what you are.
that's
Fuck
what I've
yeah.
always been. I love this great
Okay,
country.
so we're gonna start today off. We got a lot of shit to talk about, but the first thing I want to talk about, and I'm gonna share my screen because the Bonnaroo lineup is officially out, and here it is in all of its glory. For anybody watching, what were your initial reactions to this, Trey? We talked about it a little bit. How you feeling?
I gotta be honest with you, man. I think it's pretty terrible. It's like the B squad for every genre that it's gone for, except for Skrillex, which they put him on Thursday, which is a really weird thing. Like he's arguably your biggest. I mean, looking at this, arguably your biggest artist, and you're gonna put him on the Thursday slot. It's very strange, but it'll probably be very sick. Like it'll be fun.
It could be a weather call, just in case. Like fucking fingers crossed. I hope it doesn't get muddy, but get him in.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well,
but I mean,
first
You'll have
off,
to pay him or whatever. I don't know.
you can tell that they downgraded in terms of size like a shit ton.
It doesn't cover the whole poster,
No,
Yeah.
and
literally tiny print.
that and like Thursday, I think like partially the money stuff, but also like Thursday, I think they're not gonna have shit going on all day until late at night when Skrillex is gonna have like a headlining set. But Thursday used to be a full day at Bonnaroo. It used to be just as many artists, and even Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like there's not a ton of artists on here, and I'm assuming that's a financial issue because of everything that happened. I don't know.
Also might be like a weather, like Anthony said, it might be a weather prevention situation where it's like, hey, we don't like if it does rain, we don't want to get everyone trying to rush in on Wednesday and Thursday, which kind of kills like one of the best parts about Bonnaroo is that you're there forever.
Yeah.
But here's the deal: is like they clearly have slashed their budget, right?
Right.
Like the Neighborhood is a headliner.
Yeah, I don't even know. Well, that's the thing is I don't know who a lot of these are, but I just chalk that up to me being old now. Like, I don't really blame Bonnaroo for that. Like, I'm sure there's a certain clientele that knows all these people. But, like, man, even, like, the Bonnaroo subreddit, which is normally, like, every time they drop a lineup, they're like, wow, this is perfect. You guys just don't get it. Even the subreddit is like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, I mean, like, they're definitely going for a younger demographic with some of these people, but then, like, it's like they didn't get the top younger people either. You know what I mean?
Right.
Teddy Swims is pretty popular. He was here in Tahoe not that long ago. But I mean, like, who's the huge draw?
Grizz.
Like, who's the person? Who's like your big guy? Grizz?
Yeah.
Grizz is terrible.
I
mean, I'm not like gonna work over anything for that. Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Maybe. There's only one jam band on here, and they're the sleepiest jam band of all time, and that's Tedeschi Trucks Band.
Who is Geese? I don't like that there's a geese and a goose. Are they in any way related? Like, what's going on there?
They are not. Geese is more of like kind of like a grime punk. I don't even know if those are the right words to describe them. They're from Brooklyn. They're pretty cool. They're very popular right now. They have an album. A lot. They have an album that just came out this year that people like are absolutely loving. So Geese is actually pretty cool.
I will say that Freddie Gibbs the Alchemist and Clips is very fucking cool.
Agreed.
That is super tight. I think Kesha could be a lot of fun. I mean, and she's hosting a Super Jam, which is crazy. That could also be really
fun. Would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Kesha on this podcast.
Right. Exactly.
But Anthony,
and
you're the one that lives close by. Are you gonna go?
Negative. Nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing
not
on
interested
here
at all.
that was gonna make me go. But like, I'm curious. I didn't see that Super Jam Esoterica, but like, I bet she does something wild. But this Weird Al Yankovic, they're calling it Rue View. Saturday. It's in the top right corner. It says Rue View.
Where's this?
In the top right.
Right here.
Hold on, my stupid fucking face is blocking it.
So I don't know what that is or what that could be. I mean, you don't think they're going to stream something. I mean, I don't know what that could mean, but that would be my only guess. But yeah, nothing on here is screaming I got to go by any means, so I will be sitting this one out for sure.
Yeah, what's crazy is like I'm not trying to be like a fucking hater here at all, but there's like nobody on Friday that I'm even remotely interested in seeing. Like, it's a whole day that's like, if I were at Bonnaroo, I would probably be at my campsite the entire fucking day.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me. Like, I've never seen a lineup where like there's a day where I don't want to see at least one person. Like, it would be cool to go to Major Lazer for the bit and pretend like I'm a Major Lazer fan, but apart from that, like, I'm posted up at the campsite.
You said no, it wouldn't. Hold on, you didn't tell me you wouldn't go see Lil Jon?
Lil Jon was a thought, but
that could be cool.
Not enough.
I like Mount Joy. Other than that, I'm in full alignment. But
it would have to be like, if it would depend on where my campsite is. If I was close, I would go in for Lil Jon. If I wasn't, fucking posted up at the campsite.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But this transitions into our next thing. I think I might take that money and go to Fish Sphere, because Fish just announced 3 weekends, right, Trey, at the Sphere?
Yes, sir.
And
back to the Sphere.
Back to the Sphere. So I have high hopes for this. Fish fans were a little disappointed last Sphere run. They thought it was a little lackluster from what I saw on the internets. So I'm hoping they step it up this time, and I really want to go.
I don't think that's necessarily true. It was mind blowing. Everyone that was there I was there. Everyone that was there was absolutely floored.
Interesting.
Where was that?
I think maybe that's a loud majority of internet people, but that's just people that's just old heads being like, we don't like visuals or whatever.
Yeah, that's
dude,
fair.
that was the most mind blowing musical experience I've ever had. It was unbelievable.
Do y'all remember where it stacked up in the like run of Sphere shows? It was early, but was it the third? Maybe
it was early. It was before Dead went.
They were the second band to do it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They were the second band.
So I think now it's going to be even because I feel like now they're going to be ready.
Yeah.
No, it was U2.
U2.
It was U2.
Yeah, you're right.
And
it was U2.
And then Fish.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Are you going to try to go, Trey, to one of the weekends?
I am. I'm going to put in for the lottery, I think, for the second weekend and just hope for the best. I think tickets won't be as hard as they were. Last time around, it was probably the most impossible ticket I've ever tried to get, which shows how much people disliked it. But, I mean, even the fourth day, it was like I just assumed, I was like, okay, fourth day should be a little easier. Maybe people are tired, people are old and might be going home. No, it was really, really difficult to get tickets last year. So hoping for the best on that front. But the big debate is because it's $37 million per minute to run that venue. That is a real number.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's how expensive it is when it comes down to creating all of the content for the visual wall, energy, all of that stuff. So, and a big part of that is the creation of the content, apparently. It might be 3.7. I think it's 3.7.
Yeah, I was going to say 37.
Yeah, I think it's 3.7. Oh, hello, Walter. Okay. You guys, you never see Walter. This is Walter.
Hey, Walter.
But yeah, so the question is, are they going to repeat any visual art or songs over the weekend? If I had to guess, I would say they will repeat some visuals, but I highly doubt they'll repeat songs.
You think every weekend, every day is going to be different?
Probably. I mean, they did Baker's Dozen, no repeats.
Yeah, true.
They did 13 shows, no repeats.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be an adventure. I would really like to at least go to one show. The thing is, Vegas has really lost its appeal to me just because the city itself has become not what I used to love about it. And part of that is just economics, right? Everything is so fucking expensive now, but at the same time, still Vegas still has a special place in my heart as my favorite trash city ever. So I don't know, maybe worth going to at least a night, go to the show the next day and then leave the day after that, but we'll see what happens.
I do love Vegas.
What would you say an
Anthony,
average hotel cost in Vegas for a night? Average hotel.
It depends.
It depends wildly on the hotels that
let's say I just need a bed. I don't need to.
You could probably get one for $150 a night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you were if you wanted to be in on the Strip, I mean anywhere on the Strip now that the Tropicana is torn down, is you're going to be spending $250 a night probably. And that's not even including resort fees, which have gotten so out of control. It's an extra $100 a night for resort fees. That's been the problem, is it's just everything has gotten so expensive. The food, the hotels, the gambling, the minimums at the tables now are double what they used to be, and like it's just Vegas has changed a shit ton. So
yeah, that's in such a short period of time. Like think about it, you haven't been going to Vegas for that long.
Yep.
I mean,
100%.
You're only 30 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Like it literally did, because back when I was going in 2019 through, the pandemic, obviously there was a break, and then 2022, still it wasn't. I mean, there's $15 minimums at night. There's $10 minimums if you went to like the Link or Flamingo. That doesn't exist anymore, like anywhere and on the strip. Now maybe if you went off the strip, but it's $25 minimums, man, to play blackjack, and like. You go on a bad string of blackjack hands, you could lose fucking $200 in 10 minutes. Like, I'm not trying to do that. That shit ain't worth it.
Me. Pretty lights. It was terrible.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. It's awful. All right. Well, yeah, that was the kickoff. We got some other stuff to talk about later. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's Totally Biased Music. It's Blake, Anthony, and Trey. Today we are reviewing Purple Magic by the Wizards, which was Anthony's pick, and Lethal Weapon, which was my movie pick. Anthony got like a comedic album, I think was the category, and then for my category it was a movie that feels like a Christmas movie that is not a Christmas movie. So that's where we landed. So Anthony, tell us a little bit about the Wizards and Purple Magic. I gotta say, without giving anything away, this is a ridiculous musical creation. It is so ridiculous and over the top in so many ways, but you nailed the category. You absolutely nailed the category. So you got that going for you. Yeah. But tell us why you picked it.
So Mail Order Comedy is the guys from Workaholics, and they've made just banger after banger after banger from Workaholics to this album to their movie, and their podcast is fucking great. And whatever they do next is sign me up. So I've been along with these guys since I was a freshman in college, and I mean, like, I can literally remember the moment of watching the first episode of Workaholics in the dorm room with Christian, and neither of us knew what the fuck this was. And the first episode, they're taking niacin to pass a drug test, and like that just hit me so hard that I'm like, all right, I'm along with these guys for whatever they do moving forward. And I guess it was just a random night. I noticed on Conan, the Wizards came out and did a performance on Conan, and not knowing who they were, just coming out full garb, full bit, like not breaking at all, and it was fucking hilarious. And then a few years later, they come out with this album, and so I mean, it's hilarious. It's not like a all the time listening thing, definitely for a special occasion, but I dig it. I mean, the whole album is medieval hip hop, from another realm. So. The lyrics are hilarious. I think the production is very simple, nothing crazy here. I mean, they made this all together, and I mean, they were young too at the time. I don't know exactly how old, but getting comedic album as an option, I was like, yeah, this is perfect, because it does make me laugh like continuously throughout, even the skits too. So I knew you guys hadn't heard it. Did y'all even know that they had an album out there in the realm?
No, not at all.
I did not, and but I've heard, obviously, like Wizards Never Die, I think is on that one episode where they like dress up as the Wizards, right?
Yeah.
So like, my question is, did the album come first before the Workaholics existed? Like, what was the operations order there?
So you might even hear them reference this in the series where they talk about the Wizard Beats. One of the guys is like, no, fuck you, you can't have my copy of the Wizard Beats anymore. So I think they had been making music just on the side during their skit kind of mail order comedy days before Workaholics, because their music is, like you said, featured throughout the series. I mean, the intro track, the transition songs, the segue track. So I mean, it's there. I don't think they put it together until probably after they got Workaholics, under their belt, because I mean, from then on they just kind of soar. So yeah, I would say part of this was already made, but really came out once they were already pretty established. But I do not know for sure.
So apparently the songs are featured, according to some Reddit info, like the songs are featured like relatively often, like throughout the series, like whether like outros or anything like that. There's like a scene where they roll up on Wayman to Dragon Slayer, apparently. Which, spoiler, is one of my top tracks. But, yeah, I mean, this is absolutely hilarious. I mean, does it have much musical value? You know what? Yeah, it kind of does. Just because it makes you like it kind of keeps you like the whole. It's only 30 minutes long. It's pretty funny. Like I think I listened to it on repeat like a handful of times, like when I first turned it on. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed this.
I knew it was going to be absolutely ridiculous, but I didn't know what level of ridiculousness it would be. It is really, really funny. The beats, honestly, like they're very much like if you and your friends like sat around and were like getting high and you were like, let's try to make some beats, man, and threw shit together. Like for what it is, they actually did a decent job. You gotta give them, you gotta call a spade and give them props where you can. But yeah, I made the mistake of, first off, we went to Monarch Casino this weekend, and we ate a buffet, which I never do because I think buffets are disgusting. But we were like, let's get our money's worth and just eat a shit ton of food. So today I was like, I need to go to the gym and do cardio for like 2 hours to just try to work this shit off. And I started listening to this on the stair stepper, and I was like, I cannot fucking focus on what I'm doing. Like, I'm gonna have to do this at a different time. But it's perfect car ride music. You know, it makes you laugh. Like, you don't have to take it too seriously or pay that much attention to it. So I thought it was you nailed the category, 100% nailed the category. Let's get into top tracks. Anthony, you can start us off.
All right, I'll start with number one. It's Straight Outta Mordor. It's the first one that I ever heard. I think it's the one that really, if you want to, first off, Adam Devine is pretty musically talented from a singing standpoint, at least. And but for him to go into this other kind of, how do I say, like just facade of a wizard, the way he's singing, the way he's moving, it works for me. And I like that they all kind of introduce themselves in that track too. It's kind of like the Here We Are kind of track. So Straight Outta Mordor, number one. Number two is The Shire. This song is like, it's the crossroads, you know, Bone Thugs, but the Wizards, right? And it's just fucking hilarious. I mean, to the point of just their harmonies in that song are just fucking hilarious. So The Shire's my number two track. Number three, it's kind of a combination of tracks because they flow perfectly together. It's Wizards Never Die into Young Zelda and Old Toby. The skit after Wizards Never Dies, them sitting around obviously still stoned and like what happens if we can't die, you know? And that's just like their banter is just, it's so on point. I think that's what makes their comedy, their movies, their music so great, is in their podcast, is that their chemistry is amazing. I mean, these guys have created stuff together for upwards of 20 years, you know, and doing it young. I mean, the future is fucking huge for these guys, I think, still.
Do you guys know, though, like, some of the shit they're referencing, like, do you guys know, like, what a guild is? Do you know what an elemental is? Like, do you know what these nerdy things are? Okay, I didn't know. Yeah. Like, I know them through World of Warcraft, so I didn't know if it was, like, something that was just common in, like, terminology. Or, or if you guys
Are you getting robbed?
No, my fucking camera fell over. Or if you guys were like, what the fuck are they talking about? But okay, that's good to know.
Like, all the lyrics are leaning into everything that makes sense via wizards, you know? I mean, from mixing potions to casting spells to grab my staff, you know? I mean, there's jokes.
The commitment to the bit is admirable. Like, they really lean into it. It's pretty great.
It goes even further. Like, in interviews now, like interviews, I guess I should say forever, if somebody asks them about the Wizards, they totally are like, I have no idea who you're talking about. I mean, if you're talking about somebody from another realm, yes. I mean, awesome. they talk about, well, maybe they'll be, you know, like they have a cruise coming up, I think in February, and they were talking about how they heard from another realm there may be a visit from the group, you know? So it's just like, it's just such a bit, and I think it's amazing. But yeah.
It is really funny. And the whole song about mixing potions is just so, like, they really nail it. And I do love the Lord of the Rings, like, themes throughout the whole album. It's so fucking funny. And I've never even, like, I'm so behind the times, I haven't watched any of the Lord of the Rings. Like, I've read the first book, but I haven't watched any of them. Yeah, I know I'm way behind the times, so I got to get on that. This is inspiring me to go to Lord of the Rings land.
Get in some Mordor shit.
Yeah. All right, Trey.
All right.
What are you doing?
So first off, so do you know, Anthony, who all like what are all their wizard names?
Yeah,
so what is it? Tobias the Great is.
So they all have two names. They have two names.
Okay.
So Old Toby and Tobias. Say it again.
Is it? I think it's Tobias.
Tobias the Great. Yeah. So that's Kyle Milchek. So also the director of Happy Gilmore 2, Game Over.
Sorry, hold on. It's Tobias the Wise. My bad.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Tobias the Wise. So yeah. So that's Kyle. Adam is Bulldozer. I don't know what his second. I forgot what his second nickname is.
Okay.
Blake Anderson is Young Zeld.
Yeah,
and,
I knew that.
Anders Holm is I think it's Levon Spellswell or Jiggy Stardust. I think you guys might.
Amazing.
I gotta say, this is so perfect timing with Stranger Things coming out because they all have those names too, like Will the Wise and like whatever. It's so perfect, such perfect timing. Sorry, go ahead, Trey.
The bad guy in Stranger Things, I think, has 6 names. It's kind of cool.
He has 4 now.
Oh, is it 4?
Yeah.
Well, if you count like the Mind Flayer and like the Demogorgon, because they're all part of like one.
Yeah, like a hive mind. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Have you watched the new episodes? Sidebar.
I have.
They're
have
excellent.
you guys? I didn't know if you guys have been watching it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we really should talk. Maybe we should throw that in at the end. But yeah, I do want to talk.
I feel like we're gonna run over.
Yeah, I know.
Way over, but it's fine. Okay, so my top 3. First off, I have honorable mention for Old Toby and the Bulldozer.
Hell yeah.
The Bulldozer skit, because like it's like Adam being like, "Yo, I got bars, dude. Like, let me on the track. Let me on the track." And he's like, "Nah, you're the hook guy." And he's like, "No, like I got this." He spits for him, and it's just dog shit. Yeah, I go acapella. Yeah, it's really really funny. So loved that skit. It really in no particular order. For 3, I have Purple Magic. You know, the song about them being the weed dealers in the other realm. I really like when Durz's last verse, he says, then his pistol went click. He said, "Thanks, I'll have it." Before he grabbed it, my staff, I jabbed it right into his dicks. Then I spit my automatic. Which is gangster.
I will say it's so funny that they talk about using guns and shit in the mythical world. Right. Throughout the whole album, they're talking about like
he grabbed his staff, hit him in
shit.
the dick, and then pulled out his automatic. You know, that's a 1-2 punch there. My next favorite song, and just honestly, it's just because I relate to it, is Old as Fuck, because like I'm kind of old as fuck. But there's this one line. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I defended kingdoms, you garden turf. You rob old ladies, I rob the bank of Middle Earth, which is gas.
Bar.
It's showing you the scale in which his powers are.
Right.
Also, he says, "I'm a grown-ass man who used to run Pangea. Now I got a penthouse at the marina." So it's just great. And then my last favorite song is the hit, if you would. It's just "Wizards Never Die," and like I actually like musically enjoy this. Like the hook is kind of nice. Obviously it's very funny, but it's just like motherfucking wizards never die. So yeah, no, I mean this whole I mean, honestly, I could go through the vast majority of this and find something out of each song that makes me like almost tear up.
Yeah, very true. Okay, so I had The Shire as well, just because Drake McFadden, man, these harmonies so beautiful, so perfect. Just like really brings a different vibe to the album, because it's funny, but also just like, you know, you can kind of just vibe to it. It's such a good song. Number 2 for me is Thunder Booty, because how could you not love Thunder Booty? And like, you're getting a little with the autotune, you're getting a little T-Pain vibes here, and like, look, man, I in my old age I've developed into an ass man, and I love a fat ass, you know, so I'm all about Thunder Booties. So it's the perfect.
You've been saying that for a very
it's
long
the
time.
perfect song for me. Nope, just recently happened with it the past 3 years. Got really into fat asses. So, and then my last one, my top song is Straight Out of Mordor, and it is because I just have to say, Blake's verse is so fucking funny. Okay,
Harry
here's
Potter
another
diss track.
Here's another reference I was speaking about. You know who it'd be? It's that crazy ass mage walking out the Goblin Fortress with my loaded 12 gauge. I'd be flying on a dragon. You'd be riding in a rental while you dance in the club. I summon Blizzard Elementals.
I mean, honestly, like reading those off bars.
Yeah, read the Harry Potter's line.
Yeah, here we go again. This is the start of the Harry Potter line is another one. I'll either bust you with a staff or I'll blast you with a tech. Fuck that fool Harry Potter. He ain't nothing but a bitch. Acting like a little girl, might as well call him a witch. And then the next line, I'm a wizard. You can tell by these nuts. Like, just absolute fucking banger, man. Like, that is the best song on the whole album. And I was like, I was physically laughing at the gym just because the absurdity of the guns in the wizard world was just sending me, like, to a place I couldn't fucking describe.
They're packing heat and spells.
Yeah, like, I was visualizing it. Like they could easily make an hour and a half long movie out of this concept of like wizards with guns in Mordor, Middle Earth, or wherever the fuck it is. Like, it was just so funny. So that's what I had for my tops.
Before we get into bottoms, can we talk about this album art and the fact that I'm pretty sure it's Blake with the Lakers jersey on? Like they're all dressed in full wizard garb. He's wearing a Lakers jersey.
You know he's doing it just because of the purple too. Like,
yeah, right.
It just had purple on it, so that counts. God, it's so. It looks like it was made in fucking Microsoft Paint.
It probably was.
I can't remember exactly, but I think that might have been a photo from their Conan performance. I'll have to look it up later, but I remember that jersey, or definitely purple, but I think the jersey
Spotify
too.
says this came out in 2009. When was the Conan performance?
I want to know I want to see if there's videos of the crowd's reaction to that show in Conan. Like, that would be so fucking good to see. They're probably like, what did we like sign up for?
Let's see.
I'm looking for the video right now.
I've got the video. How do I put it in the chat? There we go.
I found it. Amazing.
But it's honestly, and I think it sounds better than the studio version, just because they're doing it live, and it's fucking hilarious. They got strippers on the, stage, or not stripping, but just pole dancers.
Unbelievable.
I want to know, like, I can't imagine what these people were. Oh, the first comment is, I wonder how many people in the audience were completely confused.
Oh yeah, because this isn't like people that were Workaholics fans. These are like people that are just there to see Conan.
Yeah,
that's like the musical performance of the evening.
Right. Oh my god,
so good. Okay, so bottom tracks, Anthony. What do you got? If you have any.
Well, so I only have a few. Well, I do have a few, and just for specific reasons. Like, I put Thunder Booty on there. Only I think the track's hilarious, and I mean, for the time, you gotta do an autotune track on here. But it just doesn't jive with me musically, but that's just me. I put Goblin Battle on there only because I thought Anders was gonna battle back in the song. He spits bars on the show a couple times, and it's fucking hilarious. But I also don't know who that is rapping on Goblin Battle. So I put that down there, and then I put Voicemail from Mariah. That's probably an inside joke thing, I have to imagine. Just their homie put them on there for whatever reason. But I could have done without it, but I fucking love this album. So no qualms.
I just have to say, one of my favorite Workaholic scenes that me and my friends send to each other like once every 4 months is the scene where Anders like has to go to detention for some reason, and he walks in with his sunglasses and he goes, "Dang, what's up with all these books?" I don't know why. I think about that all, like, anytime I'm somewhere where I see books, I just think, what's up with all these books?
It's amazing.
Did
Trey,
y'all watch that show when it was live? Were y'all keeping up with it like you would like It's Always Sunny?
We watched it every week when it came out. Me, my friend Hauser, and Foss. We would like imbibe and watch at our place. And then like when the season went, there's actually a Facebook like post on one of our walls that was like, fuck, workaholic season ended. Like, what are we going to do this Wednesday? That I've seen like in memories before. But yeah, we did for the first like few seasons for sure. Then I kind of fell off of it. I bet there's episodes I haven't seen.
Yeah, probably same.
Yeah.
I do love the episode where they get hammered and they go to work the next morning and they're like, we're still drunk. Because they're talking about how they don't feel hungover. So good. All right, Trey, what do you got for bottom tracks?
I have two songs for the same reason, and that is The Shire and Dragon Slayers, and that's because they have two non-wizards on them. Drake McFadden and Mariah, and I'm like, I'm already in this wizard world. Like, where did these two? I'm in this other realm. Where did these other two people come from?
Trolls,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
We need lore. We need lore.
Yeah, I need lore behind it. So it really took me out of the concept. But also, I just don't particularly love the Shire in general. But really, it's just the features thing. Like, we're gonna let's or at least call them wizards or something. You know?
Yeah, I feel that.
So that's it.
That's it. Okay.
That's it. On the two bottoms.
I phoned it in. I picked all the like skits. So I picked Old Toby, Voicemail from Mariah, and
Young Zeld.
Young Zeld. Just because like they're not songs, so they don't count to me. So yeah, I kind of phoned it in, but that's because like it's hard to pick a bottom track when the whole album is meant to be ridiculous. So it's like, what do you nitpick, really? You know? But that's what I landed on.
That's
so
kind of where I was at with it.
What would you call a skit in that time? Because that would have been funny, had they called them.
Oh yeah, back in Magical Wizard Land Before Time times. That's a good question.
I don't know, like
I was thinking like something along the lines of a court jester
be a play.
doing something. Yeah, it couldn't be. A play.
Some court jester.
No, it can't be an act. It's too big.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway,
we'll figure it out.
All right, what do you guys got for rankings? Anthony, lead us off.
All right, so this is a totally emotional ranking because I've just been with these guys, I feel like, for the past 10 years. So this gets a 9 out of 10 from me for comedy.
Okay. That's fair, Trey.
You might be shocked by this, but I think since we've decided our ratings are based on like what the album is for what it is, you know what I mean? Like what they're going for, like how will they accomplish that goal. This album's kind of a perfect 10 for me. Like
that's fair.
For what it is, like for a comedy album where they're like making this whole like kind of like this obviously super funny stuff, but also like committing to like a whole concept, like they kind of nail it. It's hilarious, it's fun, it's the perfect length. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a dime piece.
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna say from a comedic album standpoint, it's a 10. From a normal album standpoint, it's like a 6.5. Like
sure.
If you were like listening to it as like a normal album, 6.5. But comedic wise, they nailed it. So you gotta give it a 10.
Yeah, that's the highest rated album we've done in a while.
Yeah, it is. It really is. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, let's get into Rides or Dies. Trey, lead us off. What is this? Where did you find these people? Explain yourself.
So I was I don't know, I went down like a Spotify hole and I was like kind of starting with this weird like kind of like I don't know, like Eastern like thrash stuff, and then I found this band a long time ago, but this song came across me today and I really didn't have anything I've been listening to this week. So the band is called Yin Yin. The song, I think this is like in Thai, disco, I think. Yeah, or disco. I'm not really sure. But I don't know. I thought it was fun. It's like super weird, obviously. I was feeling in a weird mood earlier. So yeah, I don't know. What'd y'all think?
It was definitely super weird. I didn't know, like, this is a direction I did not see you going. It's, you know what it reminds me of? Have you guys seen the movie, The Other Guys with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe? This seems like...
That's not who's in that movie, but yeah.
I thought Mark Wahlberg
is it not? No, the other guy... Oh, The Nice Guys. Okay. Sorry, with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe.
I've not seen that.
It's like a mystery drama comedy type thing, but it's based in like the 70s, and this sounds like a 70s disco type song, and I feel like it would fit perfectly with a montage of a 70s private investigator going on the case and getting a hunch. Kind of a vibe. Very weird, but I'm giving it a rides. That's my decision.
Heck
so,
yeah.
First listen through, I was like, I really don't like this. And I listened to it one more time, and then I was like, I really appreciate the blending of this Eastern kind of string instrument, you know. I'm not a huge fan of that up tempo, you know, kind of housey vibe. But yeah, you know. But I give it a rides too for the effort of the blending and because it wasn't too terrible. So it rides for me.
Hey, if it doesn't die, it must ride.
Must ride. I guess for the rider.
All right, Anthony, what do you got?
All right, so I got a track called "The Red Room" by All India Radio. So, All India Radio first came across just through Spotify, their algorithm, and the song that came up is called "Lo-Fi Groovy," and I had honestly thought that it just felt spammy. Like I just never looked into the band, never gave it a second listen, but I really liked the song. So over the past few months, I've been diving into their discography, and this album, I think it's called The Unified Field, just came out. And this is the first track on the album, and the album's like a David Lynch tribute piece. And this band really gives like Pink Floyd groove vibes with some kind of post-rock like crescendos in their music. So I'm just falling in love with this band. But definitely wanted to give you guys a taste of this, and now you've got the album on your radar too. So what'd y'all think?
Trey?
Okay, first off, so they have a Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun cover, which I did not listen to, but I want to. I'm gonna kind of do what Blake does here, but it's gonna be like, you know, it's like super early in the morning, like 6:30, and you're stopping in a coffee shop that you've never been in before, and like you're gonna get your regular coffee order, whatever that may be. This is playing softly in the background, and it's just uplifting enough to make you want to get some little kind of treat, like a scone or maybe a cake pop, or you know, maybe something a little more salty, maybe like a little bacon
like
biscuit,
a croissant. Or
like
something.
a croissant, yeah. So, you know, and this is the song that's kind of playing that's like setting those employees up to like keep their day bright while still like being relaxing as you should be in the morning. So,
and you're in an unfamiliar town in this scenario.
Yes, you're in an unfamiliar town in this scenario.
Right,
exactly.
Right.
Did I say that or did I forget to say
no,
that?
You didn't.
That's
say
exactly
it,
how I was picturing it. Yeah,
nice.
This isn't like your regular coffee shop, and you're like kind of exploring this new city for the day. So, big fan of getting up early. Big fan of the song. It gets the rides for me.
Very cool. I like that picture that was painted. I can kind of vibe with that. I was gonna give it a dies. I think it's a little weird. The vocal stuff that's going on here, a little unnerving to a degree, but with Trey's scenario painted, kind of shining a new light on it, so I'm going to give it a rides.
Nice.
It's a reluctant rides, but it is a rides.
Once again, it does not die.
That is David Lynch's voice in this song.
Oh, interesting.
And the vibe of this song is kind of like the atmosphere of Twin Peaks too. So if y'all ever do dive into that series, you're gonna be like, oh shit, this is that kind of airy, spacey feeling that is just created throughout all of his work. So, double
nice.
rise.
My song, I already know what Anthony's opinion is going to be on this, so it was more for Trey. At least I think I know what Anthony's opinion is going to be. But my song is "Victory Lap" by Fred Again, Skepta, and Plague Max, or Plague Boy Max, maybe, I don't know. I caught this song through people are using it for edits for like sports, and I found it through an F1 edit. The Skeptaverse coming in, somebody chopped up a sick F1 edit for it, so I was like, damn, this shit kind of rides. And then I saw it was Fred Again, and I was like, I fuck with Fred Again. So yeah, I've had this shit on repeat. Amanda hated it when I first played it, and then she started to come around. Now she's kind of bobbing her head to it. Definitely a housey vibe because it's Fred Again. But Skepta fucking snaps. Love Skepta's verse on this song. So yeah, it's a hype song for sure. It gets me going in the gym. Fred Again and Skepta did a whole album. They did like a 6-track album, and there's a lot of good songs on it. I don't know if it's y'all's alley, but I really enjoyed it. So Trey, what'd you think?
Yeah, I'll go first on this one. I think that Fred Again is like an incredibly unique artist, and it's kind of like his world. We're just living in it right now. He does all kinds of cool stuff. He's like seems really genuine to the craft, even though he is massive. And his like production, it just is like he can do a ton of different genres. Like, yeah, this has a house beat to it, but it's so much more aggressive than his like typical music. And I like it a lot. It's definitely a ride for me. I'd heard the song before. I've grown, much as it sounds like Amanda, I've grown to like Skepta. I kind of grown to like the British rap. Like, is this drill technically?
Yeah, I would consider it drill.
Yeah, so I've grown to like it for sure.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Anthony?
So I did not get I mean, obviously the vocal hook is very, you know, but like beside that, this song is fucking grungy. It's boom, boom. I mean, and like I like that, you know, and I don't know Fred again. I mean, so he's the producer of this track. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's clean as fuck. So this song rides, but like I said, I could do without the vocals of the I need it again or whatever.
Yeah.
I could take that out of here, and this song fucking is killer. So rides for me. All rides.
Hell yeah. I'm shocked, but I fuck with it. Nice.
Wait, Anthony, you've never heard of Fred again?
I've heard of his name, but I haven't been like,
okay.
I gotta go listen to what he's doing, you know?
Yeah, dude, he does some really cool shit. I'll send you some tunes.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so moving on to our movie. So Lethal Weapon. I picked Lethal Weapon. I used to have a running thing in college where my friends and I would watch Lethal Weapon 1 through 4 on a pretty regular basis. It is a Christmas movie. I feel like it takes place during Christmas. Many Christmas trees. Opens with what Jingle Bells, I think it is, or it opens with some
Jingle
Christmas
Bell
song.
Rock,
yeah, Jingle Bell Rock. So Danny Glover, Mel Gibson. I gotta say, man, I hadn't watched these movies in forever. Like for what it is, this movie fucking rocks. Like, it's so good for like a 80s action movie or 90s, whenever the fuck it came out. Like, so just stereotypical of that time. Mel Gibson is unhinged as shit as he is in real life, so he plays the character perfectly. They say the name of the movie in the movie, which automatically means
very
it's good.
early on too.
Very early on. And you know, in the next one, Danny Glover said he gets training and he says, well, I guess I'm a lethal weapon too.
Wait, does he really?
He doesn't, but they should have done that.
Oh, damn it, dude. And then they brought in a third partner, and the third one would be like, I guess I'm Lethal Weapon 3.
Yeah. So, yeah, I rewatched it. I just remembered, like, I instantly remembered how much I love these movies. And also, fucking Gary Busey's in it.
Yeah.
Gary Busey's also a fucking weirdo. So, like, him and Mel Gibson just bring this chaotic energy to it that is just hilarious. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. A lot of great lines. Danny Glover is really funny in the movie. Like the repeated "I'm too old for this shit" it's so funny to me. But yeah, I mean, I want to know what you guys think, and will you watch Lethal Weapon 2 through 4? Well, did it pique your interest enough to watch it, Trey? What do you think?
I can't say that I would watch 2 through 4, but I will watch 2 and go from there. I honestly thought, for what it is, as far as like an 80s action movie, it was excellent. First off, you open the movie with boobs and cocaine, so that's gonna pull me in to begin with. Like, let's just be honest. Like, that's the hallmark of any great 80s movie.
Exactly.
And then, you know, like, Mel Gibson is batshit insane. Like, his crazy eyes the whole time. I'm sure he was probably partaking in that cocaine that was, like, supposed to be fake. It was probably real on set. Half the movie, I was like, this guy's he's in Saw, I think. But, like, I just, like, didn't look it up. And so then later on, I was like, oh, yeah, he's definitely in Saw. I think that's the only other thing I've ever seen Danny Glover in, maybe.
Angels in the Outfield? You ever seen that one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
OG.
Yeah. Yeah.
An Operation Dumbo Drop. That's another one I remember as a kid.
But the fight scenes were, you know, they were well executed. Did they get a little ridiculous at times? Of course they did, but that was just part of the times. That was a side effect of all the cocaine that all of those people on that set were doing.
Exactly.
Like, what if he shot him like 9 times and he just kept moving? Because you could keep moving no matter what, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
So over the top.
Anthony, what'd you think?
So yeah, I had never seen this movie, and I honestly had never looked into the plot, so I had no idea about like that Mel Gibson was considered this lethal weapon, at least in this kind of universe. But yeah, I had the same feeling when it started, because I see Eric Clapton scoring the film. Like, his name comes across the screen. I'm like, that's news to me. And then you have, somebody doing drugs on a table, naked chick who jumps off the building. I'm like, okay, you've got me now, right? And then it goes into the soft, like, serenade of the saxophone, So that, I found those funny. Like, it just felt like such a break from the action that just happened that I was like, okay, this is an interesting kind of choice. Love the concept of beer being illegal or being legal and weed being illegal. Danny Glover's daughter smokes weed in the film and is grounded,
Yeah.
while they're drinking out on the boat, and she's like, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "Preach on, girl. That's like my whole life right now, So I enjoyed it. I also thought, the reason that this movie is certified as a Christmas movie. There's a scene towards the end, and somebody asked Gary Busey, like, what day is it? He's like, goddamn Christmas, So it is officially a Christmas movie.
He's so fucking insane, bro.
That sounds like a sound bite that we need to have on a soundboard for our podcast. Goddamn Christmas.
It's goddamn Christmas. When are we're going to be close to Christmas when we record the next episode. We're going to be about a week off. Fuck. So would you watch Lethal Weapon 2, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm planning on it. And I just crushed the Back to the Future trilogy. I hadn't seen those either.
I've never seen those movies.
Well, Trey, if you want to play your drinking game
good.
of saying the film name in the movie, you're gonna need a couple cases to finish. It's nonstop, but it was interesting for sure.
It's phenomenal. Dude, the third one is like, it is, in terms of like, if you're gonna go to 3 movies, the third movie is probably the best of the trilogy. It's so fucking good. Perfectly ended too. Yeah, I love those movies. I really, really like those movies. I have a weird obsession with them. I just really enjoy them.
When did you first watch Lethal Weapon? And then when did you first watch Back to the Future? I'm curious.
Both in college.
Okay.
They were both in college. And then I rewatched all the Back to the Futures probably 4 or 5 years ago, and then I've been meaning to redo it again, just because I think the story wraps up so nicely. But yeah, I love those movies, man. Shout out Michael J. Fox, man. Hope he's doing well. I know he's been going through some shit, but timeless movies.
And these 80s movies, having not seen them, not really watched them or put any energy in them until I was like in my 30s, it's so interesting to see all the references that are just baked into these movies, that all got pulled out and just have been used ever since.
Yeah. It's funny. Speaking of Stranger Things, the start of season 3, I think it is, when they're in when they sneak into the movie theater, they're watching Back to the Future. That's the movie they all sneak into. Is the first Back to the Future. So I thought that was cool. Yeah. All right. So we have some ass or gas candidates. Anthony, lead us off. You brought an ass or gas candidate, which is going to be a hot topic. I'm interested to hear y'all's takes.
So my ass or gas, I should say this way. I am nominating breakfast for dinner as super, super gas. Breakfast is good any time of day, but breakfast at nighttime kind of changes everything. And this could be eggs, this could be bacon, this could be pancakes or waffles. Anytime, breakfast is good, but especially during dinner. So
okay, Trey, do you have an opinion on this?
Oh, so do I get to weigh in on this? Okay, so breakfast for dinner is so good that there's an entire Scrubs episode based on Turk trying to get Carla to cook him breakfast for dinner for their anniversary. And if they talk about it on Scrubs, it must be amazing. There's even a little scene where she's like, honey, why is there a pancake in the silverware drawer? He says, you mean, why is there silverware in the pancake drawer? Which is a great question. Breakfast for dinner, it's a classic. It's a childhood classic too. It's nostalgic. And you know what the deal was, right? With your mom, she was like, I ain't got shit else in the house. We're cooking breakfast for dinner.
Eggs.
You're going to eat eggs and bacon. You'll be all right. And we were. So, Blake, I know you're a breakfast connoisseur. We regularly send each other pictures of our breakfasts.
Yes.
So what is the final ruling on Blake Poljastik's gas or ass for breakfast for dinner?
So here's the thing. I am very much a breakfast connoisseur. I take it very seriously. I've been using my flat top. I use my flat top basically every morning, my griddle outside. I cook scrambled eggs on it, bacon, sausage. I always do either bagel or toast, throw in hash browns or yogurt. Like, my breakfasts, they feed me calorically and protein wise for the entire day. I eat breakfast. I eat a big ass breakfast after the gym. I don't eat again until I get home at night for dinner. So it keeps me full. I take breakfast very seriously. But here's the thing about breakfast, which is the driving point. The topic is not breakfast. It is breakfast for dinner, okay? And let me tell you something. As a savant of it, breakfast belongs in the morning. Don't take that shit out of the morning. That's where it belongs. So for that reason, breakfast for dinner, you get the stamp of ass.
Well, I'm not surprised. Like, I felt like he was going to be a purist about this.
Keep things where they belong, okay? There's rules to these things, and it belongs pre 11 a.m.
This is a Republican-ass take. I just want you to know that.
You know what he's doing?
I'll take it.
He's putting breakfast on a pedestal right now.
Yeah.
Now,
it belongs there.
No,
breakfast is a meal of the people.
Exactly. And whatever you consider dinner to be, perfect time for breakfast, I'd say.
All right, that's fair. Okay, Trey, we got a whole slew of things to talk about here, but bring up your candidate for gas or ass.
So my candidate for gas or ass is, the topic that's on everyone who pays attention to sports' mind, and that is Lane Kiffin. Here's the deal about old Lane Kiffin. He has, had some controversy in the past on when he's left teams. He left Tennessee in the middle of the night to take his dream job over in USC, only to get there to find out that Pete Carroll fist-fucked him and left him there with a slew of, crippling allegations, and really set him back there at USC. Then he, went from USC to he went
Florida Atlantic.
No, he went to Alabama first.
Right.
And then he kind of left there in a touch of controversy as well, because basically he said that he was going to stay on to coach Alabama through the national championship that year, but then he already started doing stuff for Florida Atlantic, and Saban was like, get out of town. People forget that one. Then he left FAU to go to Ole Miss. That was relatively simple. And then most recently, 6 years, he builds Ole Miss, who was a dog shit program, by the way. I want to point that out. I mean, just absolutely terrible outside of 1 year with Hugh Freeze where they went like 8-4, and then the Eli Manning years, which were like when we were basically in diapers. And he builds this program up to where they're going to a playoff, and the guy has the opportunity to go to one of the most premier programs in the entire country, a program that's going to give him $25 million in NIL funding to go out and buy like the best players in the entire country. They have the nicest facilities. He's obviously going to make a huge bag out of it as well. And he's probably going to win 2 or 3 national championships at this program, something that would be very difficult to do at Ole Miss. And he leaves. And does he leave in the right way? No, not really. But is him leaving for a better job really that big of a deal when it's clearly a better job just because they're a rival in the same conference? I don't think so. And I think Lane Kiffin is a gas coach. I don't think he's a gas human being. I think he's a gas coach, and I think people are really, really out of pocket on this whole thing where they expect this man to stay loyal to this school in Mississippi that absolutely sucks.
I will say
that is my take.
I'm shocked at your take, and I do want to say part of this whole issue, as Nick Saban has said, is not Lane Kiffin's fault. This is the college football. The way this timeline is outlined is fucked. And until they get a commissioner and they stop treating this as college football and start treating it as a minor league, which is what it is, then this shit is going to continue to happen. Now, if he actually said that he wanted to coach them through the playoff and they said no, I think that's fucked up. If he then turned around and said, well, I'm going...
They couldn't let him coach the playoff. You can't let him stay there.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I think if he then in turn said, well, I'm going to take these players with me, I'm going to give them a fat stack of cash to bail on you, I think that's fucked up. I don't know if that's the rumor. I don't know if that happened. Mm-hmm. But in Lane's defense, like you said, Trey, I completely agree. Like, he's going to have opportunities and money at LSU that he's not going to have at Ole Miss. And this is a very real possibility that he feels like he's at a point in his career where he can be successful with this organization and win national championships, which he did not think that he could do previously. Now, all of that aside, his record going back to his tenure at USC, his Oakland Raiders tenure, which people forget about, his time at Tennessee, back to USC, Alabama you can't really count because of Saban. That's really the Saban success, not the Lane Kiffin. Right, exactly. Ole Miss was ass. He did build them up. So we are at a border with Lane Kiffin that could go either way. Okay, this could go very positively at LSU, or it could blow up in his face. LSU has not had success recently. They have a very tough schedule coming up. And with that being said,
hold on, you're gonna let me weigh in?
Hold on.
Sorry. Anthony, what do you got?
LSU,
he got on his rant.
born and bred over here, you know.
I was about to say, you got the best opinion of all of us.
Shit.
Right? So, I mean, I've dealt with this in the past as far as, you know, Saban going from LSU to Alabama. Kind of a win-win for me. But, you know, this is a gas coach and an ass situation. You know, the unfortunate fact is that LSU can't just sit around until January without a head coach because they're not going to get any players coming in the door, you know. So it's like money's going to talk, and that is going to be the case as it is with players, same with coaches. And, you know, luckily they're letting Charlie Weiss Jr., the offensive coordinator, who's going to be at LSU, come do the coaching for Ole Miss through the college football playoff. I think they announced that like right before we went on the air. So I mean, there's something there, but at the end of the day, I feel for the players because it's like you're playing for this guy, he's got you motivated, and then he's out the door, and it's like fuck, you know. Now revenge is a motivator too, right? But still, it's just like it's not how it should be. So I think this situation deserves just a deep look into saying how can we prevent this from happening? How can we have clauses in places? Because I mean, in reality, this is the most important time of the season, you know, and you get to this point to only have your coach walk out the door, and it's like, damn, now we're on our own, you know. But
and it's not like he wants to necessarily leave the team in the lurch either. You know what I mean? Like he would prefer to stay and take his new job later. Yeah, but that's just not the reality of the situation. Like you can't let a fox sit in your hen house. You know, like that's not. Well, he's gonna think about the future too. Like that's just a human nature. He's gonna want to be successful later. And it's also kind of a recruiting thing for LSU if he does really well. Yeah. Like if they win the national championship at Ole Miss and he's like, yeah, you should come follow me. You know,
I didn't even need to be there. You know, I mean, but I think I agree. Go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, if Ole Miss does pull this off, like, I mean, props should go to the players themselves. You know, like, I mean, coaching aside, like, yeah, they're gonna be coached throughout this thing, but like, they're doing this thing for the love of it. You know, I mean,
they'll make a movie out of it. They'll make a movie out of it 100%. If they do end up winning.
And I agree with you on the commissioner thing, like full stop. But a much simpler and easier thing is invoke no player tampering rules, invoke no coach tampering rules, and you can't hire a coach that's on a current team until after the season's over, just like in the NFL. Right. Like,
but they have to move the transfer portal.
Yeah, you have to move the Yeah, but like, why does the transfer portal need to open up in December?
Right,
like,
it doesn't.
It doesn't at all. Just open up, February 1
after the game. You just
after the game. So like, no, you can't talk to other people's players. Like that's illegal. Like you don't have to establish a full league for that. You can just enact that as the NCAA.
I don't know, that timeline is really is fucking everything, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But like I said, we're on the border of a situation right now. So this is a first for ass or gas. So Lane Kiffin, you are to be determined bordering on ass. That is the stamp
I love that.
that you get today. And we will come back and we will revisit Lane Kiffin after the first year at LSU, and we will put a final stamp on whether or not Lane Kiffin is ass or gas.
So would you call him ass gas?
Yeah, I would call him ass gas. Or gas. Yeah, a longer gas. Yeah, for sure. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm actually shocked, Trey, that you and I agree on the state of college football in this situation right now. I did not expect that to happen.
No, we align on a decent amount of things, but I'm just like, listen, man, don't get me wrong. He's probably a huge jerk. You know, he left his dog apparently at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
But I think I don't think it was ever really his. I don't think it was ever his dog. I think like it was someone else's dog that was kind of like the team, like, like the team dog mascot situation.
He left it with his handler. Apparently, I don't know what that means.
That's probably its actual.
It's the handler of the animal.
Yeah, I'm aware of what a handler is.
Well, I mean, are you saying it's left it with Lane Kiffin's old handler? Did he have a handler? You know?
He left it with the dog's handler.
Yeah,
but I'm saying it's weird. It's weird that like it was portrayed as his dog, but it doesn't really seem like it ever was.
Right. It's like it was a marketing thing. Don't get me wrong, Anthony.
Yeah.
The dog's okay. But
like, I never even like heard
he left on the tarmac.
He had a dog named he's like all right, buddy, go run off.
You're free.
You're free.
No. Dog's like, what?
No, like what constituted like this public notion that Lane Kiffin had a dog? Like, did he?
I mean, it had
do
a Twitter
interviews
account
with this dog? Oh,
yeah,
yeah, it had a Twitter account. It's called Juice.
Oh,
yeah, and it has his last name, which is also really weird.
Yeah,
I don't know, the whole thing's weird. That's the thing. Like, that's why Lane is bordering on ass, because he just kind of seems like a bad guy. But
yeah, like I'm not saying he's a good guy, but I'm just saying I don't think you can hate him for this.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of articles about Juice Kiffin. I don't know if it's actually true if he left it behind or not. Looks like it's TBD. That sounds like something they just like are saying because everyone's just mad.
Jump on
they just want to like talk shit. Yeah. Okay. Well, before we go, I do want to say, Stranger Things, I've been impressed. I stayed relatively spoiler free, which was good because I couldn't watch the episodes until like a week after they came out. But yeah, I've been enjoying the ride. I didn't know if you guys have been watching it. I didn't know if you liked it or not. I feel like Stranger Things is definitely childish and corny at times, which I think is okay for what it is. But I've enjoyed the season and the budget, and they really did it big. So I'm excited to see how it ends. Are you guys riding high on it right now, or are you like on the fence about it?
To me, I'm just riding it. You know, I mean, it's weird in my brain right now because I've watched all of Welcome to Derry. I've watched all of Stranger Things, so I'm in this weird void of like in Back to the Future, like kids in peril, you know, or in weird situations in the 80s. So it's very, I mean, it's definitely good. I'm just trying to just see how this thing plays out. You know, I just kind of want closure. But yeah, I mean, you're getting your money's worth with it for sure.
Trey, thoughts? Questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, no. So I really am enjoying it. Like, there is some of the like cheese aspect to it, but like what I've really liked this season, this is not a spoiler, but like, you know how like Robin and Steve, like they worked in the video store. I feel like they've been doing this thing with Robin a lot more where they're like using her to like introduce references to like old 80s movies and stuff like that. Like there's all these little lines where she's like, well, remember when they did this and this? And then the kids will like do something from that movie. I think that's a really cool, fun plot device that I don't remember being like as prevalent before. Like I know there's been themes from like different 80s things, like is it Duffer or Duffery?
Yeah, Duffer Brothers.
The Duffer Brothers, you know, like love. But I think it does a great job, like kind of similar to the Wizards. Like it commits to what it's doing. It commits to the whole like team up thing and the multiple storylines happening at once. And the one thing I don't like is either release the entire season at once or do week to week. I don't like this release in batches thing because I prefer, honestly, release like week over week because then it kind of helps me remember it a little bit more. But like now I'm just going back and rewatching the other seasons in between. I was already on like a season 4 rewatch, so I like finished that up last night. Now I'm just gonna go back and like rewatch season 3 and go backwards. But yeah, that's my only gripe is the release method.
Yeah, I love binging, so like I want it all at once. Like I don't mind the chunks because like it's easier to watch 4 episodes at once than fucking 8 or whatever. Especially because they're getting really long, and they weren't that way to begin with. But yeah, it is weird that because this isn't the first show they've done this with. They might have done it. I think they did it with season 4 too. They did the same type of release schedule.
They did it with season 4 too.
Yeah, which is I don't know. It's interesting.
It was either House of Cards season 2 or Stranger Things season 2 where we made like a fort at Todd's house upstairs and like watched it. Do you remember that? You were definitely there.
It must have been House of Cards. It couldn't have been Stranger Things because Stranger Things I was in college at the time. I don't think I was coming home at that point, so it must have been House of Cards. What a cute memory that we have together.
Fort time.
Yeah, 4 times. All right. Well, yeah, we'll be back. So next episode is going to be a 2025 recap. So we're going to go over some Wrapped. We're going to go over some other topics. We'll talk about that between us, what we want to bring to it. We are in the process of working on a website for Totally Biased Music for those that are interested. Some writing, some reviews, some other things going to be going up there. Still in the process. Wanted to tease it, let you guys know. So yeah, we got things coming down the pipeline. We're very excited for. Any final thoughts, anybody? Or are we good to log off? Trey, you're muted, by the way.
I got a quick one. So Blake and I are playing each other in the shit bowl of our fantasy football league as losers of the league. Yeah, so I forget how we were going to do this. Trey, as the mediator of this, who's not in the shit bowl, do you remember how we determined
I prefer the title commissioner, but as commissioner, so this is it's okay. So this is how it goes. The winner of the shit bowl gets to pick one of two of the punishments for the league.
Wait, but is this the last game of the season?
I don't think this is the last.
Yeah,
it
is. The next
it's just whoever ends up in last. Yeah, whoever ends up in last and second to last. Yeah. But this probably let me pull up the standings really quick. This probably will determine because y'all both have only won like 2 games, right?
We're
4 or 5.
Yeah, we both won 4 games. And we just played the last week of the quote regular season of fantasy. So the next 2 weeks, at least, are Blake and I playing against each other. But now I'm thinking there's 2 other games. Top 4 teams are going to play each other once, and then the 2 winners are going to play. So I don't know how many weeks we're going to play against each other.
So round 1, this is round 1. So this should be mine and Anthony's last game. So this will determine what fucking happens.
But is it a 2-week game or a 4-week game? That's the interesting.
I think it's just a 1 week.
Yeah, it's just going to be 1 game. I think we should hold on. Technically, there's like. Okay, so here's the deal. Technically, there's like a consolation bracket after this, and y'all both play another game, but that's not going to really do anything. I think we should count this as the shit bowl week.
This one
because
game?
You're both because both of your records are even. Like you're both perfectly even.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Do you both agree to that? I need a verbal confirmation from Anthony.
I agree. 1 game, winner take all.
Yes.
So this game is winner take all.
This game is the shit bowl.
Now, this game though is 2 weeks. It's week 14 and 15.
Okay.
I'm pretty positive.
Yeah, it is. It is round 1, week 14, 15. So that works.
Okay.
Okay, Trey, cool. So I gotta ask, what happened, man? You were talking shit hard at the beginning of this league, and you started off so hot. And I look up, and you're 6 and 7.
Had some injuries, had some mismanagement issues. Sam spanked me last week. But hey, baby, here's what all that matters. I'm in the playoffs. I got a shot. I'm playing my roommate. Yeah, I'm playing Dylan first round. So I don't even know if he knows that. I'm about to get talk shit right when we get off here. But final thoughts outside of fantasy. 2026 is definitely going to be the year that we blow up and only talk to our loved ones and friends. So don't miss out on the ride. You're going to want to bookmark. You're going to want to bookmark that website.
This is a rocket ship going up, baby. Once this website launches, it's GG for Rolling Stone and Pitchfork. I'll tell you that much.
Yep.
It's fucking GG. All right, sweet. All right. Good to see y'all. Good to talk. See you guys in a few days, weeks, whatever it is. And until then, everybody, peace.